Most ACLs don't happen in a tackle. They're often the most innocuous thing. You see a player running, boom, they're down. And you think, what just happened? So I guess the misconceptions is that ACLs are just bad luck and that they happen and they can't be prevented. What we do know is that effective strengthening programs and warm-up programs can reduce the rate of ACLs by 60%. And this tells us that there are a couple of things at play for what causes ACLs. There is obviously the contact area where, you're just in a tackle, someone smashed into the knee, it happens. That is unavoidable, unstoppable, and just one of the natures of playing contact sport. The other group of ACL injuries we see, we call them non-contact injuries. And there are three main types we sort of see. One is landing from a jump and coming down and the knee buckling. The other two are, as an attacker, running and making a change of direction at high speed. And the third most common is the defender running towards a striker, changing direction to go back on themselves whilst the striker was trying to go the other way. That's what we tend to find are our three most common ACLs. The other risk factors we know that women are far higher rate of ACLs. We know it's far more common in our 16 to 21 age group. Far more common to have another ACL if you've had one. You're more common to have an ACL if mum or dad have also torn their ACL. There are genetic links to it. What can be done about it? There has been a significant amount of ACL research spent on prevention. We're yet to really identify the specific neuromuscular event that causes an ACL event at that time. Because anyone who's ever been injured, or if you've looked at it, you've probably thought they have done that pivot, that jump, that land hundreds of times, thousands of times, potentially over a couple of years, and they've not injured their ACL at that moment. So why in the 15th minute of this game that when they zigged and zagged that way, it went, as opposed to last week or 6 months from now, or the other 30 times they did it in training? And I guess this is very difficult data to try and figure out. Perhaps MRIing every knee every day of 1,000 footballers for 5 years might provide some insight, but that's probably a very difficult research project to do. So why your muscles miscoordinate your knee at that moment, we're still not quite sure. What we do know though is when we do strengthening programs and control programs and balance programs, those rates do come down. Because we tend to see that ACLs happen in the sort of first quarter of games, so the first sort of 20 minutes of soccer. After each half, we see more ACLs than we do in the back end of each half. So it tells us that it's not always a fatigue problem. It can actually tell us that it's a bit more of a coordination and accuracy problem. And so what I often explain to teams is your warm-up is really important, because if you were doing a shooting drill, you might miss your first shot, second shot, score on your third, score on your fourth. The more you shoot, the more accurate you get. And your knee is the same. This is why doing jump landing and change of direction drills in your warm-up is trying to train the brain and the knee to be connected and be more accurate, so that when you go out on the field for the game, you are dialed in and ready to go, and hopefully at a lower rate of ACL injury. If you've unfortunately injured your knee and you want some guidance on your ACL rehab, or you're looking for some preventative strategies that you could do as an individual in the gym or in your own warm-up, this is what we do. We're experts in this field, so hit the link in the bio, give us a buzz, and we'll get you in. And if you've had an ACL, we'll help try it. We'll run you through your recovery, or if you're looking to prevent, we can run you through the exercises that will hopefully keep you on the park nice and safe.